other professional team here in the Metroplex. Let's shout out to
the Dallas Cowboys for beating the New York Giants while Dennis isn't here.
That's a fact.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's too funny. So we're gonna talk about Dallas Trinity and the Gainsbridge
I don't want
Super
to.
League. Yeah, I mean, we're every week now we're getting some clean sheets, so that's really good. So what are your thoughts? Did you catch any of this game?
I have not had the opportunity to watch any of this game. I've read people's write-ups. I've heard what people had to say about it, but unfortunately, I did not have a chance to watch this, given the turn my weekend took, especially yesterday. Which I think you said you got to watch some, right? So
yeah, well, I mean, I always make sure I get to at least the highlight package for the ladies. The score line pretty much dictates what you think it should be. You know, sometimes a 4-1 is not really a 4-1. This one was handedly taken care of here. Fort Lauderdale is a solid team. Obviously, own goals don't help.
Yeah, that sucks. I was bummed to read that.
You know, but the upside is we're still top of the league.
Yeah, I mean, you get yourself a cushion if you win a few in a row at the beginning.
Yeah.
So cushion's gone, but you know.
Yeah, I mean we're 1 point clear. Obviously it's staggered schedule. So we have 4 games, several teams have 3, and
we're at 500 away, all right?
Yeah, and Spokane has 5 somehow. I guess one team will always have at least one more than everybody else.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really frustrated looking at the table all season because of this. I understand it's just growing pains, but man, it's gonna be annoying.
Yeah, and then we have the championship hangover. I guess the same thing the Galaxy are going through. Tampa Bay Sun is lavishing at the bottom of the table.
At least Galaxy were able to be like, we lost our star player for the year. I don't know what happened in Tampa.
I mean, so the way this is going the last couple of seasons is that, so like Fort Lauderdale just signed 7 or 8 academy girls to their squad, so they're like really heavy on the youth, which is the whole point of the system anyway, right? So you have the USLW, and so what I've been doing some like research. So apparently they have academy contracts where you're signed and paid, but your eligibility for college stays intact.
Yeah, I know it's an interesting setup.
I didn't know that was still an issue given the fact that NIL makes it so that you get paid to play in college anyway. So I was confused as to why being a professional and then going to college, you still, but yeah, it was, let's shout out to Amber with the late goal consolation in the 73rd minute.
Yeah, we'll take it.
It's just one of them things. We can go down the stats right quick. Shots 17 them, 14 us. On target 6 them, 4 us. Possession 65-35.
Yikes. Oh, wow.
Passes 520 to 270. Like that's
doubling them almost.
Passing accuracy 82% them, 69 us. So
nice.
Yeah, we had a rough game. 11 fouls committed, 1 yellow card, 2 offsides, 3 corner. Like we were thoroughly handled. And I think this is the issue we're going to have here because, as we discussed earlier, Trinity is on an extended travel schedule right now, so they don't have a home game for the next month. Well, no, they come home halfway for the
I guess you want to consider the friendly.
The Cotton Bowl, yes, but they're on the road a lot.
Yeah, all the comments I've read and heard after the game from coach and players and stuff like that have been pretty, I guess, dismissive of this game. Kind of like, well, it happened. We're moving on to the next one.
Yeah, it's still early.
So that's kind of where I'm at. It's early. Things happen. I don't know.
Yeah, it's early. You're 4 games into 26? Like it's a long season, and you get a winter break in the middle to reload and come again. So, it's just pretty good. Sporting Jacks finally got a decent crowd. The weather held up for them.
Yeah, that's good.
They got
given how many season tickets they sold.
Yeah, they got 7,000 in the stadium. So that was really good. The Zephyr. Shout out to the ownership group of the Spokane, Velocity, and Zephyr. Your budget has to be ridiculous just for travel because you are on
Yeah,
an
right.
island. I think for the men's USL one they get some help next season. They get a couple of closer teams, but yeah, for
That'll
right
help.
now,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's crazy. Travel costs are insane. I can't imagine what their travel budget looks like compared to like, well, any of the other teams really. Before we leave Dallas Trinity game specifically, shout out to
Go
Carolyn
ahead.
Swan. Carolyn Swan made a professional debut, 16 years old. And that's really exciting. And she's from Dallas, academy stuff. So always fun to see.
Yeah, I mean, ECNL teams here, of women's teams specifically, perform really well. They produce
they've
a
been
lot
doing it for
of
a long time.
stars. We never had a team for them to go to, and we currently do now. We can talk about the business arrangement about whether or not USL Super League and NWSL eventually are going to have to merge, and because NWSL CEO commissioner, I don't really know how that works, said they want to get to 32 teams. The only way that works is if you swallow up.
Yeah.
And I don't know what this. All these soccer executives are chasing the NFL. You don't need 32 teams.
Yeah, man. I'm with you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of them things. But yeah, shout out to Peacock, still the cheapest thing streaming.
Although they're going up, aren't they?
Yeah, but still the cheapest thing streaming. Trinity plays when is their next away game? Who are they playing next? Away.
Yeah, I mean that's the only real question there. Hold on, I don't remember who it is.
Saturday, they're playing in Tampa Bay. Yeah, is this their Florida stretch? I think this is their
Florida they've got like 3 Florida games.
Yeah, they already played Jax, then Fort Lauderdale. Next on Saturday the 20th, they're going to play Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay.
Well, just to go through what their away trip is real quick. All right, so it was Jacksonville, Fort Lauderdale, Tampa Bay, Lexington, Spokane.
Yep. And then
they're back on the 2nd of November against DC Power.
So yeah, let's if you haven't already, go to dallastrinity.com, get your gear, get your tickets, support the ladies. If you're already going to be at the State Fair, tickets are reasonable for that Trinity Club America game. So I recommend. I will be there. I'm not a big fair fan, but I'm going to try to run the numbers up for the ladies. I think it would be great to get 10,000 plus in there would be pretty awesome. I know they have larger ambitions, but if they can get 10,000 plus, I think.
You got to be happy with 10,000, right?
Yeah, for sure. So that's pretty dope. I'm looking forward to the growth of this league. I get why they started the way they started, but they need to get to 12, 14 relatively quickly, and they need to go out west relatively quickly.
Yeah.
I think the only Western team on the schedule right now that's verbally committed is Boise. They're going to start in 27. The Cosmos said they're also starting, but we don't have a year. I'm assuming also 27. And when they say 27, fall of 27. Right. I don't want us to have 9 teams running for another 2 years. So I'm hoping some of these. Yeah, I'm hoping some of these teams commit a little sooner than
too much familiarity, man. Too much.
Yeah, 9 teams is 10 minimum next season. I'm hoping one more team.
I would like that.
Just so we can have an even home and away 20 games, keep it going. But again, I don't know how long Washington investors are going to be willing to spend those travel costs. And Spokane's not a major airport, so I'm pretty sure they're going to have to do connections to get to most of these places.
Well, it's like talking about Texoma, right? I think Peter was talking about that on the Third Degree podcast recently. Like when Texoma travels far away, if they're doing a flight, are they driving down to DFW for that?
Yes, they are.
Which it's a little miserable just when you're figuring in. That's all. Like, yeah, you got to drive to the nearest big airport, unless you charter something at a small airport,
which you're not
take off from there. Which you're not going to do. Things you don't think about at first.
Yeah, it is a major market, and then in 3 years when McKinney opens their national airport, that will help because that's off 75.
Yeah.
But yeah, you either have to drive down to Love Field if you're taking Southwest, or DFW if you're taking basically anybody else. So yeah, no, that's travel costs are more an issue across the board, but they're more acute when you're in a small market because they're very few like Tampa Bay is Tampa St. Pete major market, so they can go basically anywhere. But again, Spokane and Lexington, you're driving to the next biggest town in order.
What's Lexington's next biggest? Is that gonna be like
Louisville?
Louisville? I was gonna say like Knoxville or something, but that's not even that big.
No, not yet. So and Lexington is not really that small. I think metro area is still like 700,000. It's a big city.
Yeah, not a big airport city though.
Yes, fair enough. So that is Gainsbridge Super League this week. Shout out to Trinity. They will rebound for sure. The quality is there, but I think this travel, because I'm assuming they fly home every time, even though they have 3 games back to back in Florida. I'm pretty sure they fly back because hotel costs.
I feel like we've seen travel images, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, because if it was like a Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, then I say stay, because traveling back is probably more expensive than staying in the hotel for the week.
Yeah, and I just can't imagine them staying out for like half a month like that.
Yeah, basically 3 weeks. Like, yeah. That's what I'm saying. That would only make sense if I was doing the scheduling. I would do Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, and then you'd be like, you might as well just stay the entire week, then fly back and forth. But yeah, so shout out to the ladies, Peacock, also watch party at our sponsor, Community Brewing Company off Commonwealth in downtown Dallas. So we are going to move slightly to other women's soccer news. So we WSL had issues earlier with heat. We always want to remind people that these athletes are human, and we don't want to see this. I just wanted to make a note. So this game was the Seattle Reign versus Racing Louisville. Yes, I think that's what it is. The game was canceled after a player collapsed. News reports as of this recording is that she is stable and talking. So I just want to make a note of that and hope everything's all right. We never want to see these players. We never want to see anything like this. We've had, if you followed soccer or internationally, you've known we've had players collapse and die on the field.
Yeah, we've had people die and come back even. I mean, it's wild stuff. Yeah, I think there's even, I wish I could remember who it was, legendary, I think Scottish player that scored a goal, celebrated, and I think died of a heart attack. Like, there's some crazy stuff that happens. Yeah, I'm glad they decided to postpone the game. Yeah. I like that we're seeing that more often for things like this. Like, what was the Seattle incident that happened? That they decided to call the game there, and the coaches agreed. I'm glad it's more of that because they're humans.
Yes,
and it affects the psyche of the whole team too. It's not just like this one player you're worried about.
Yes, we know some bigger organizations, they would just continue the game. We're not going to point out what or who, but yeah. Different sport. I'm not talking about soccer. We know some other sports where you have traumatic brain injuries and guys are collapsed on the field and they're like, all right, well, let's wait 15 minutes and keep it going. And I'm like, but I guess
we'll just say we don't think they're doing a good job.
No, we don't. We don't either. But yeah, so we'll hope for a speedy recovery there from Savannah. Again, we support the team. We might criticize players' performance, but not them as human beings, and we always want to remind people of that. So, all right, so we're gonna get to the thing really short episode.